Hey friends, we are at Sam's. I have never been to a Sam's Club or any big box store in my adult life. I might have been once or twice as a kid, but I don't really remember much about it. But we're here today. They had a really good deal. It was get $45 off your first purchase for purchasing the $45 membership. So I mean, it's essentially like a free membership. So yeah, I'm gonna go check this out. Ooh. That's a good purchase, right? I think Sam's and other similar stores are pretty well known for carrying some almost comically large cans, jars, and other packages of things like pickles, nacho cheese sauce, ranch dressing, and of course, candy. Lots and lots of candy. I told Andrew as we were walking down this aisle, I just want to look at it. That's all. Just gonna look at it. But I did also find that they were a really great source for large quantities of basic pantry staples at a competitive price. Some of these things I struggle to find in larger quantities at my local regular grocery stores, causing me to pay more per pound for things we go through a lot of, like rice and beans. And honestly, going to Sam's was way less of a hassle than dealing with the crowds and traffic at my local Walmarts. Does anyone else miss doing grocery shopping at like 1 in the morning at Walmart? Anyway, we did think that their bakery was particularly nice, with a really wide selection of breads and goodies, and a lot of it was more competitively priced than the regular grocery store bakeries we go to. We both agreed that if we were going to a cookout or a party and didn't have time to make something, this would be a really great alternative to stop and get something here. We didn't buy coffee this trip, but I have a feeling we will buy it from Sam's in the future. I gotta do some coffee math and compare that to what we get at Aldi. But luckily we're not picky with our coffee. As long as it's got caffeine and it's hot, we'll go with whatever we can find the cheapest per ounce. Another thing that I need to do some price comparisons on is paper towels and toilet paper. I was focused on buying Pantry Staples this trip, so I hadn't honestly even considered whether paper towels were worth the price compared with either Aldi or grocery store sales prices. Feel free to let me know what works better for you. Aside from shopping for things that we actually needed, we also had a good time just looking around at fun things, doing a little window shopping for things that we probably wouldn't actually buy, but it's fun to daydream, am I right? A reminder that this is just my first trip to Sam's. I'm still trying to figure out what are the good buys, the real good deals, so feel free to let me know your favorite things to buy at Sam's and what I should maybe look at next time I go. And success! Food! That worked out pretty good. You can see the original price was, well, you can't see the original price, but it was over 70 bucks. It took the $45 off like it was supposed to, and so we spent $27.75, or I guess $28.31 with tax. We also got ourselves a little $2 splurge here, some frozen yogurt and a soft pretzel split. By the way, I did check out the Sam's Club website pretty thoroughly before I even considered the membership. I wanted to make sure I would be able to get at least $45 out of a single trip without spending unnecessary amounts on products that I normally wouldn't buy. This also gave me an idea of the types of things I wanted to look for and at while I was at Sam's. Hiya! Hopefully y'all can see this all right. I am in my dining room where I am not usually because the lighting's kind of dim. I wanted to go over in more detail what I did end up getting from Sam's, but I didn't want to drag this 50-pound bag of rice to the kitchen where my best lighting is. A little bit of time has passed since when I made that first Sam's trip, so some of the stuff is open, but it's all here and I'm going to show it to you anyway. Let's start with the empty bag here. This was a 10-pound bag of potatoes. I don't think I would normally buy potatoes at Sam's Club, but it was a week where we just really needed some potatoes and it seemed like they were so expensive everywhere, and Sam's had the best price, and a 10-pound bag of potatoes is like 2 weeks of potatoes for us. We like potatoes. We can definitely go through some potatoes. My favorite thing for Sam's Club is definitely their bulk rice and dried beans. I really like being able to buy beans in 12-pound bags, and if I could, I would buy them in bigger bags. I haven't gotten into the black beans yet because I had a good bit of dried black beans, but I did have to get into the bag of pinto beans because we eat a lot of pinto beans, and so we definitely, I used probably like 1.5 pounds already of these. I don't know if you can hear him. He's whining. I'll be right back. I gotta feed him. Otherwise, he's about to make this a problem. I do wish that Sam's had a larger variety of dried beans. I think they did have a couple other bags. I'm already forgetting. But I wish they had like bulk lentils and split peas and things like that. But this is definitely the best price that I've been able to find pinto beans per pound. I would love it if I could find some place to buy like, 25, 50-pound bags of dried beans, because we definitely go through them, but I haven't been able to find any that come out cheaper than buying in the 12-pound bags here. Of course, I also got this gargantuan 50-pound bag of rice. We haven't opened that yet because I'm still working through. I have a 20 or 25-pound bag from Walmart, and I would like to find, ideally I'd like to find, I think 3-gallon buckets to put this in to store it. 5-gallon is, I think all this could fit in a 5-gallon bucket, but then I have a 50-pound bucket of rice, and I think a couple of 3 gallons would just be nicer to deal with. I had a couple of spices I got garlic powder and black pepper. I had looked at the prices of the seasonings at my local grocery store that I usually get, and these came out a little bit cheaper, so I went with them. A couple containers, big containers of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It's one of the few things that we're particular as far as brands go, and this will last us a while. So, I mean, I won't need to buy more barbecue sauce for, I don't know, probably 6 months from now. And then finally, I haven't gotten into it yet, but this 6-carton case of chicken broth, which I like to make my own chicken broth and use that when I can, but sometimes I go through it a little faster than I can make it, so it's nice to have some on hand. And this was cheaper. Yeah, this was cheaper than I get it at Aldi, so this was a good deal. So as I showed on my receipt, the price that I paid for the membership, $45, was taken off my total, so it was essentially like a free membership. So it definitely was absolutely worth it for me to join and to go on this shopping trip. I think it's going to be a good part of my grocery strategy over the next year. I couldn't tell you right now whether I would renew it after a year. I have read that you can use Sam's through Instacart without having a membership, so it's possible that in a year I might cancel my membership, and if I still want to be able to buy bulk rice and beans every couple times a year or whatever, I can do it through Instacart. If they didn't have all of these staple goods, it would quickly become not a good deal for me, because it's mostly a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally buy in quantities that I normally wouldn't buy, and just things that I don't need. So I think without control, I could definitely see my grocery bill creeping up instead of having the effect I want, which is saving money. I did also take note of some things that I want to compare pricing on and see if, like flour, things like that, I might decide to buy at Sam's in the future. First, I want to figure out storage for all of this stuff, because that is kind of the downside to, a bulk shopping center like that, is that it does require you to have space to store those foods. I'm also fortunate that I had the flexibility in my budget that I could spend some extra money all at once buying stuff in bulk, and I get that if you are on a really shoestring tight week to week budget, you may not have that extra money to be able to spend, I don't remember what I spent on this, $17 or something on a 50-pound bag of rice. You may only have the flexibility in your budget to spend $2 on a 3-pound bag of rice. So I get that too. I'll have to let you guys know later what I end up getting on subsequent Sam's trips. I don't think I'm gonna go back too soon. Eventually I will go back and get some more things. Definitely some more frozen yogurt, another pretzel, that was really good. So I've always avoided Sam's Club and similar stores because I just felt like it wasn't gonna save me money on my grocery shopping, but clearly I found a way that makes it work for me. Probably a lot more of you are regular Sam's Club, Costco, etc. shoppers. I feel like I might be in the minority out there who haven't been into them, but I definitely enjoyed trying it out. I hope you enjoyed going on the ride with me. I'll see y'all next time.